Hey, book lovers, I'm Candace.
And I'm Chrissy. And you've just stumbled into your new favorite book club, Bookalicious.pod.
We're two sisters reading our way through fantasy, fiction, thrillers, and the occasional "what did we just read" moments.
Every week, we break down books chapter by chapter
with deep dives, hot takes, and detours into sisterly side convos.
Think a cozy book club mixed with a FaceTime call, sprinkled with a little chaos.
We don't hold back on the characters we love or the ones we love to hate.
We play games like Read It Like Reddit, Red Flag or Deal Breaker, and have Spotify polls for you to guess along with our plot theories.
If you've got a TBR pile a mile high, including ACOTAR or Frida McFadden,
or just want to feel like you're hanging with your bookish besties, hit play. This is Bookalicious Pod. Okay, we're back. The quickest turnaround in a long time, I think.
I know. Chrissy and I, we are committed to getting ourselves a stockpile. We're serious this time.
I know. We had just talked about we can't run out again.
We can't run out again, and we have to get like months of stockpile because Chrissy.
Is this the big reveal?
This is the big reveal. Chrissy has she is creating a new fan as we speak.
That's how dedicated I am.
She wanted to get our numbers up.
One baby at a time.
One baby at a time. We have a Bookalicious babe growing right now.
Wow. Yeah, I'm gonna. Most people play classical music. I'll play Bookalicious.
Bookalicious.
Introduce genius.
Introduce her to the greats. So I don't know how many weeks of stockpile we need for that.
I don't know either.
I feel like 2 months.
I feel like that's probably a good idea.
At least 2. And then if you can record. Absolutely. Yeah, if we have 2, and then if you can record 1 or 2 here, then we can try to slow some of the deplete. But
I bet we can make that happen. What I hear about the first few months is that there's a lot of sitting involved. And you're really exhausted, but maybe I could read, you know?
I think you could get a lot of reading done. I don't know that you could get a lot of recording done.
That would be more difficult. But it's like an hour and a half. We have some help. Grandma and Grandpa would love to
swing by.
Aid the what is it?
Aid the cause.
Yeah, aid the cause.
So I don't think it would be hard to get an hour and a half where baby Baker is sleeping peacefully. Is that hour and a half when I'm available?
That's true.
That's unclear and seems unlikely.
That's a good point, actually. Yeah, it turns out Candy's schedule is going to be the one that's hard to maneuver.
Yeah,
or
exactly.
Like work around. Yeah,
exactly.
That's a good point. Because I'll be very available, I bet, during the day.
Right. Oh, I'm available right now from 3 a.m. to 4:30. Can you pod?
How committed are you, Candy? I'm creating a whole new fan.
Now, I don't know if any of our listeners have noticed, but Chrissy has had a little bit more sass. Recently.
It's the hormones.
Starting since when?
I haven't noticed.
TJ Clune.
Oh.
That baby Baker did not like that. She was flipping around. I had never seen you so upset. I was like, wow.
The book did just make me angry because he was so angry. Sometimes other people's anger makes me angry.
I know. But, a non-hormonal Chrissy would have been like, okay, whatever. But I could tell there was a couple times where I'm like, all right, I got to pull it together. I can't also be negative right now.
This will be the end of Bookalicious.
This will be the end. I was like,
Down
I need
in
to pull
flames.
Yes.
When was TJ Klune? Let's see. February.
I mean,
Yeah, that was
that's peaking. So Chrissy's due date is August,
September. Middle of
September.
September.
Okay. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Middle of September.
Mm-hmm. Same
Yeah.
week
So
as
we've
everyone
got,
else.
and I think what Chrissy means by that is that in our family, we have a birthday season. And out of how many in the
Like
Sam and
adult.
Jordan, yeah, out of our family.
There's 10 adults in the family, and
Okay.
3 of them have a birthday, like same week of September.
Same week of September. Jordan has a birthday in August. And then some of the kids
Uh-huh.
have birthdays in August,
There's 2
September.
November birthdays. Oh yeah, there's an August birthday. I don't think there's a September birthday yet for the grandkids.
If you were to plot all of our birthdays, there would be a noticeable contribution between August and September. And Chrissy is going to add to that.
Mm-hmm. Sure am.
I guess
It's a good time
Asetha
of
is
year.
most fertile 9 months before.
We got cracked the code.
Cracked the code. Okay. But today we are going back to our roots.
That's crazy. It's been so long.
We have not read a Brandon Sanderson book in almost 2 years.
We needed that long to fully digest the first one.
So we're doing Tress of the Emerald Sea. And Chrissy, what are your highlight thoughts?
I
You're
love
putting
it.
a tweet. Love it. Oh my
I
God.
know. This
Okay.
is no surprise because Kenny and I have already texted about this because we both have liked it so much. I was so excited to talk about it. It's so happy, great story, super engaging, but it's so fun and light. And there's romance, but it's like so well done. I like this is good for all ages, I think. I could read this to
Yes.
future baby Baker. I think she'd love it.
Yes. It's genuinely a good story, good storytelling.
Mm-hmm. I'm amazed.
I I am too. I'm impressed because I always knock Sanderson for not having good prose or writing style. I don't see that in this book.
He showed you.
He showed me, and when I go through this author recap, he'll show me again.
Oh my gosh. What's gonna come? Wow.
So
Well, mhm.
I was going to say, should I get right into it, or did you
Yeah,
have
well,
some thoughts?
I was just gonna say that we didn't we didn't do author recaps, I guess, back in the day. We hadn't fully thought out all of our games and stuff. They've kind of evolved as we've progressed. But I feel like you did mention quite a few different fun facts about Brandon Sanderson. Do I feel like I have a good idea?
I remember doing something similar, but I searched all my Google Docs. I searched all these different things looking for Brandon Sanderson, and I don't have anything written down. What I did for Elantris is I did a character map, a character
That was helpful.
glossary, and I went through that. And I think I somewhere along the way wove in
Sprinkled
some fun
in.
facts about Brandon Sanderson.
Mm, okay.
But I didn't have enough time to sift through the 30 hours that we talked about it.
Again, how dedicated are you? I'm kidding.
So, one of the nice things about this book, Tress and the Emerald Sea, compared to Elantris, is while it is a good story and it's well written and it has a lot of these fun themes, it is, I would say, a third of the density of Elantris.
Yeah, definitely a lot fewer layers. How does it compare lengthwise? Like, how many pages is this?
Half.
Oh, okay.
It's at least half. Well, at least two, at least two thirds, because Elantris was like 600 pages, and this is 370.
Okay. Yeah.
Plus, Tress is one of the last books that Brandon Sanderson has written, and Elantris was
Oh, it was his very first?
his first published.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
Oh, they were really on him on the deadline then, probably.
Oh, yeah.
They're like, you have no backing to postpone this deadline. Oh my gosh. Okay, we used to do questions to the author. That's what we've forgotten to do. That's my new question to Brandon is that line, this cursed deadline, was that at your publisher?
Oh my God. I think we could email him that question.
I think
I think he
he'd
would.
say, what a good Easter egg you found.
Yes. Do you still have the Elantris book?
I do. I actually just found it in my like storage
Oh,
box.
okay. Maybe you can pull out the line because mine, if anyone remembers from the 30
Oh,
hours, mine
right.
disintegrated as we read along. The pages ripped
Oh my
off and it just turned into
I'm so
papers.
tired.
I know. That book was like, you're done. Don't talk about this anymore.
Yeah, that was our self-induced timeline deadline.
Ugh. Okay, well, let's get into this author recap because we got a lot to cover today.
All right, let's do it.
All right. Brandon Sanderson, born December. What am I going to
24th?
say? No, 19th. But oh my gosh,
Oh,
he was
close.
almost a Chrissy. Yeah.
Yeah.
1975 in Lincoln, Nebraska.
Corn.
He is the eldest of four children. I thought that was interesting. Okay. He was initially not excited about reading growing up until his teens when his teacher gifted him a copy of Dragon's Bane by Barbara Hambly.
Never heard of that.
I never heard of it either. That book was written, I looked it up, was written right around when Sanderson was born. And it has like an 8 out of 10 on like some scale. I didn't look at Goodreads. Maybe we should do that now. Um,
How popular is it?
I think in fantasy, it's pretty popular.
Oh, that's cool.
It has a 4 on Goodreads with 8,000 reviews. Okay. Anyway, so he read that book and his teacher had gifted it to him. And then he was like, oh my gosh, I actually love reading and I love fantasy. And
Wow.
I think that was very, what would you call it? Life changing for him. Because at first he
Perhaps
didn't,
he
well,
found his destiny.
yeah, honestly, I think that teacher set him for his personal legend.
How is his Melchizedek?
Yes. Okay, because in his teens, his teacher gives him this copy and he's like, wow, this is really cool. Then he attends Brigham Young University. Do you remember that place?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Brigham Young, for our listener, BYU. It's in, I think, Salt Lake City,
You
Utah, but it's
think so?
definitely Utah. And it's like the Harvard for Mormons. If you're Mormon and you're smart and you're going to school, you're going to BYU. Everybody goes to BYU. And he
Mm-hmm.
was majoring in, do you remember?
I think it was like creative writing or something, but also like chemistry, right?
Biochemistry.
Oh, no writing.
So he started off and he's like, I'm going to do biochemistry. Maybe his parents told him, you need to do biochemistry or we'll put you in the insane asylum.
Reference The Alchemist. We know nothing about his parents. We're sure they're lovely
We
people.
reference to the alchemist, a joke. Okay, so he was biochem for his first year, but then he was like, in my mind, he was like, I hate this because he had to take 2 years leave of absence. And
Oh my
he
gosh. Biochem will do that to you sometimes.
he's like, these are the intro courses, these suck. So
Oh.
so a lot of Mormons, like part of like their journey to Mormonism. I don't know if I think the girls do it too. Yeah, they do.
I think
They
so.
go on these missions. Have you ever heard of this?
Mm-hmm. Uh-huh.
And they'll go for a year or 2 year stint in typically a foreign country and they learn the language of where they're going and they preach the good word everywhere they go. So he went for 2 years to South Korea being a missionary for
Mm-hmm.
LDS or the Mormon Church.
Mm-hmm.
And so once he returned to school, then he said, you know what? I'm going to do English lit, not biochem.
Cool. Wow. Great trip.
Hmm. Yeah. So a lot of Sanderson's books and his magic systems, and I think this what makes him such a good fantasy writer, is that he clearly has that logical component in his brain where things have to follow an orderly sense and being like scientific and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
His interest in biology, and he applies that to his magic systems.
Yeah, they are very cool.
Yeah, which like you see in like V.E. Schwab or like these other fantasy books that we've read where it's like a little bit more like woo woo hand wavy.
Yeah,
I feel like those are things that we pick at sometimes.
especially in Addie LaRue, we had some questions.
Exactly. Typically, if you have questions for Brandon, it's not about the magic systems, it's about something else.
It's a who's his 50th character you've introduced? I've only read one of his books. I really can't say anything, but
Well, now you're going to say that you could read two of his books.
I know they're very
Mhm.
different.
Very different. Okay, so during college, from now on, I'm just going to call him Sandy. We're friends now.
Andy, not Brandy.
No, not Brandy. I guess he could be. Okay. So during college, Sandy worked the night shift at a hotel so he could write while he was working.
Wow, dedicated.
Hmm. Yeah. Sandy's roommate in college was,
Oh, another writer.
you'll never guess,
V.E. Schwab.
Ken
Alton Kovacs.
Jennings, Jeopardy extraordinaire.
You're kidding.
No.
Oh my gosh. They seem like they would get along well.
Yeah, yeah, full of facts. Yeah.
Wow.
So
What?
he was roommates with Ken Jennings, who went on to win 74 games in a row of Jeopardy.
Oh my gosh. Is he like the record holder?
If he definitely set the record at the time. Has it been broken since? I don't think so. It's
That's
possible.
crazy.
74 games, 2.5 months.
Oh my gosh.
He's just out there hanging out with Alex Trebek. Now,
Ah,
Alex Trebek, may he rest in peace. Ken Jennings is the new Alex Trebek.
he is? Okay, I've been totally out of the loop.
I think so. If he isn't now, he was.
Okay. I forget. I know this was all a whole thing when it all happened of who was taking Alex Trebek's place.
Yeah, it's currently Ken Jennings. So before that, it was
Oh.
Mayim Bialik, who was from
Oh.
Big
Yeah.
Bang Theory.
Okay.
She is actress slash genius as well. And
Oh.
she did it, but I don't think she was super popular. People didn't seem very happy with her, but people loved Ken. So they said, Ken, you're in. Malene, you're out.
Okay. Poor
Yeah.
Malene.
Yeah. Okay. So that was his roommate. I thought that was crazy.
That's super crazy.
Yeah. Okay. So Sandy finished undergrad in 2000. And then he's like, I'm going right back in.
Wow.
And
World's
then
a scary place.
he was like Chrissy. He's like, you know what? Tap me back in, coach.
I can't do it out here.
I can't do it. Okay, so he re-enrolled for his MA, Masters of Fine Arts in Creative Writing, finishing with his master's in 2004. Okay. By 2003, so a year before he finishes his master's, Sandy had written 12 novels.
Oh my gosh.
Guess how many were accepted by publishers?
Oh, well, 0, because Elantris was his first. Didn't it take a long time? 0 or 8. Those are my guesses.
0.
Okay. That's most
Okay.
people, I think.
Yeah, that's most people. But he had written 12 in this amount of time.
That's true. Well, maybe you should have taken his time. I'm kidding.
So by the time he finished his master's in 2004, a publishing company, Tor Books, said, we want to publish Elantris.
Wow.
So he had the book deal and then he needed to finish it, which it was
he hadn't
completed.
finished it.
Yeah. So a lot of times with like these MA, like your thesis is, if it's not a whole book, it's like the premise of the book and the idea is that you can kind of shop it around, but then it
Yeah.
still needs some work. It's not like
I see.
typically ready to be published. Sometimes it is, but not all the time.
Okay.
So they bought the book on the concept and they're like, it needs to be published in 18 months.
Oh no.
So he publishes Elantris almost 20 years to the day. April 21st, 2005, Elantris was published.
Oh my gosh, happy anniversary, Brandon.
I know,
Wow, we
20
should definitely
years.
send an email.
I know. I know. Okay. Um, so Tor Books, that is a publishing company. So I looked them up. This was a much shorter deviation because they were founded in 1980. They didn't have 200 years of history to go through.
Hmm.
They specialize in fantasy books. Some of their other authors include George R. Martin, or the author of Game of
Yeah.
Thrones,
Right.
Brandon Sanderson, of course, and two other authors we've done.
Fantasy? Ooh, Algernon.
No, 1980s.
1980s? I
Beyond.
was okay. Okay, yeah, right. Not V.E. Schwab.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Yep, V.E. Schwab and one other.
Another fantasy?
You might want to
What
forget this
fantasy
one.
have we gone? Starter villain?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Not starter villain per se, but Scalzi. John
Oh,
Scalzi.
okay.
Yes. Yes. All right. So Sandy, he publishes his book in 2005. He graduated in 2004. He met his now wife, Emily Bushman. She also majored in English at BYU, but they didn't meet until they were set up on a date by a mutual friend in
Oh,
2005.
cute.
And then they got married in 2006. They have 3 sons together. Emily now works as a business manager and consultant for Sanderson, and she is very often who the books are dedicated to.
That's sweet. I
Yeah.
was thinking that during Tress because I think I read
Yeah.
that somewhere. I don't know if you're going to get into the background of this book, but I feel like I had read somewhere about him dedicating this to her.
Well, I just looked at the first page and it says, "For Emily, who has all my love."
Cute.
That's cute.
Okay, I thought
Yeah.
there was more, but maybe that was it.
Nope, that's it. Okay. So, first book published in 2005. And I'm going to start going through these things and I'm like, this is crazy. 2006, Sanderson's fantasy trilogy, Mistborn Book 1 was published. 2007, Book 2 is published. 2008, Book 3 is published.
Wow.
He has written a book like every single year, one, if not more.
Since 2005?
Yes.
Wow.
This
And they're all
man.
like 1,000 pages.
He's talked about his writing process, and because a lot of writers, they're not able to crank out this level of volume,
Yeah.
and because it's hard to be in the creative space and this and that. And for him, he's like, I write at my desk every day for X amount of time, good, bad, whatever. I just write.
Interesting. Huh.
And then he won't work on one book at a time. He'll work on like 5 books, and whatever's like kind of
gelling.
Yeah, exactly.
Interesting. Wow, that's cool.
Yeah. So I read the Mistborn books, and these are important, which will come up maybe the second episode of Tress. Okay. So 2007, Sanderson, this is when he like really popped off. He became very well known when Harriet McDougal, the wife and editor of Robert Jordan, aka the creator of Wheel of Time.
Oh, yes. Okay.
Okay, so Robert Jordan, he had written 11 books in his Wheel of Time universe before he passed away at the age of 58 from amyloidosis.
Okay.
Have you ever heard of that?
Amyloid? Well, is that in your brain?
Well, maybe I'm saying it wrong. amyloidosis.
Yeah, amyloid, that's like amyloid plaques that forms in your brain during Alzheimer's.
Okay, so this one was a heart version of amyloidosis.
Oh, okay.
Now,
I think that's
people
what it
who,
was.
yeah, people who are big house drama lovers, they would always think that whatever the person had was amyloidosis. They'd always say it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So Jordan, he had passed away from this at the age of 58, and then his wife's like, I need to get his series finished. And she
Oh,
picked
it was
Brandon
unfinished.
Sanderson. It was unfinished. So he'd written 11 books, but he had additional and he had like notes and different things for this. And it was kind of like a long disease. He had like a, not like super long, but he had a couple years to kind of put his things
Yeah.
together. So I think this was part of like his planning.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. So she chose Sanderson to complete his books.
That's huge.
Yeah. So Sanderson worked with his publisher, and then they decided, based on the material that Jordan had and the notes, that they were going to do 3 books
Okay.
instead of one. And so then they published the first of those in 2009, and it is immediately a bestseller on New York Times.
That's so sweet. I love
Yeah,
that.
yeah. And a lot of people think that because what Sanderson's good at, he's good at writing a lot. He's good at being like logical about things and not leaving plot holes.
Mm-hmm.
So many people were very satisfied with the ending that he did.
Wow, that's amazing. That's really incredible to like have such a strong fan base and
Yeah.
then new director in the seat and it still goes well.
Mhm.
Amazing.
Yeah. Sanderson proves that he has his own fan base, though, because in 2020, Sandy says, I'm going to do my first Kickstarter to get backings for my books by publisher. And he goes on Kickstarter and he generates $6.7 million
Whoa.
for a collectible leather bound 10th anniversary edition of one of his novels, The Way of Kings.
Wow.
Yeah. Okay. So since all of this time, Sanderson, like we said, he's published one or more books every year, including ebooks based on video games, The Mistborn, that was a 6-book series, 5 books of his Stormlight series, 3 books in his Defiant series. He also has a weekly update on his YouTube channel, and he also is part of a podcast.
I've listened to his podcast.
Ooh, did you like it?
I did. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's him and a friend and they're just talking and they're funny.
just hanging out. Yeah.
Yeah.
In March 2022, Sandy announces that he secretly wrote 5 unannounced books. And he said that they would be
On top
available.
of writing one a year. When did he have the time?
Yeah. So maybe there were no books published in COVID. I don't know. But he had 5 unannounced books. And he said,
Wow.
if you want these books, join my Kickstarter. You'll get one every quarter.
That's cool.
He wanted to raise $15 million. He did that in 24 hours.
Wow. I didn't realize how
Mhm.
popular he was. I'll be honest.
Yeah.
I hadn't heard of him.
Yeah. He got $20 million within 3 days. And then
That's
he got
incredible.
41 million by the time it closed.
Whoa. Oh my gosh.
Yes, that is the biggest Kickstarter ever.
That's and that was like 3 days
Within like a
or
month.
within a month. Okay.
Three-
Wow.
3 days was 20 million.
Oh
And then
my
by the end, it was
gosh.
41 million. Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah. So Sandy had so much money. He's like, I'm going to use my extra money. And he funded every other Kickstarter that was people trying to publish their books.
Wow, that's so cool.
Yeah.
How many
So that-
people did he fund?
I'm so glad you asked. 316 projects.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Were there any like stories from there where, we would know the book?
Wikipedia didn't bring me there.
Okay.
I know.
That's okay.
Okay. So one of these secret books
It's Tress.
is Tress and the Emerald
Mhm.
Sea. Yes. Okay. Other fun things in August 2024, Sandy went back to Kickstarter for a tabletop RPG role-playing game based on his Cosmere universe and earned $14.6 million on that.
Wow.
Yep. Breaking the RPG lap tabletop pledge record, which feels like a pretty niche
Record competition. It's Brandon and one other.
Yeah, but you know what? That's way more millions than I would fundraise.
That's true.
Yep. He has a company, Dragonsteel Entertainment LLC, and that's like his publisher, storefront, producer, all of his projects, all of his businesses go there.
Okay.
His wife and Sandy, they created a charitable organization called the Lightweaver Foundation. Lightweaver is a term from his Stormlight series, and it's one of, anyway, it doesn't matter. But their mission is to feed bodies, fill minds, fuel hope. And so they do a lot of funding for people who want to get into writing and helping people become literate.
That's amazing.
Yes. And then the last thing I had is that Sandy teaches creative writing courses at BYU once a year. And I have a clip of one of his classes that I thought we
share
could.
it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's only 1 minute, so it shouldn't be too long.
Here's some economics of books for you. A 400,000 word book, which is the length of the Stormlight books. Game of Thrones is even longer sometimes, right? That is 4 times more expensive to edit, significantly more expensive to print, significantly more expensive to ship, and to the bookstores, it's 4 times of the 100,000 word book more expensive to put on the shelf, because if you can put 3 books on the shelf or 1 book, which one do you want to put on the shelf, right? The problem is the way that economics of entertainment work in our world is you don't charge much more for longer entertainment. Movies cost about the same no matter what length they are. Books maybe go up $1, but a Stormlight book should probably, like if a normal paperback is $8, a Stormlight book in paperback should, for the amount of like money and time and all these things, should probably cost like $25. But we can't do that. And so they don't like long books.
Interesting.
That was it.
Wow. I want to be in this class.
It was interesting hearing, it was interesting hearing him talk and like talk about like the economics of books and why publishers don't like long books.
That makes sense now that he said it all.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Wow, fascinating.
Exactly. So I know I spent a lot of time talking about Sanderson, but he's one of my favorite authors. So
I know, I was thinking, I was like, wow, in this year's end of the year games, I might want to have lunch with Brandon Sanderson. He sounds great.
yeah, a very interesting person, like a cool dude.
Cool dude. He sounds so nice too. Like, I don't know. I guess I don't know him, but started his charity. From his podcast, he seemed great. Love it.
For as much success that he's had, he seems like he really wants to give back. And I think that's not something everybody is able to maintain.
Yeah. Just him and John Green.
That's it. Just John Green.
We need to read another one of his books this year.
Okay, so this book looks like it is published. It says it's a Tor book, which is his normal publisher. But it also says that the copyright is by Dragonsteel, which is his company. So I wonder if they work out a deal where his publisher just prints the books, but he owns all the rights to it or something.
Yeah, maybe.
Who knows?
I don't know.
Okay. That's it. So today we're going to go into parts 1 and 2 of Tress.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we still have to judge a book by its cover. Maybe we should do that next time.
You think? I guess it has.
How long has it been? It's been like an hour.
Probably like 40 minutes. We started a little bit late.
Yeah. Let's do judge a book by its cover next time. Kind of break it up a little bit.
Yeah, sounds good. Okay, but you know what else we still haven't done?
For the 105th time.
Yeah, 105th time. Welcome to Bookalicious, a podcast where 2 sisters chat about books we're reading. I'm Chrissy.
And I'm Candace.
And today we're starting Tress in the Emerald Sea by Brandon Sanderson, who you know so much about now.
I know.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and similar to last episode, I once again have a summary written out.
Mm-hmm.
Amazing.
Wow.
Okay, this one is a full page, single-spaced. So, a
okay,
little lengthy, but I think it's got it all.
Do you have it broken up into parts 1, part 2?
No, but because honestly I forget where part 1 ends. But I think there's a halfway point where I can just stop.
Part 1 ends at the inspector, or chapter 6. You know what?
Is-
Just do the whole thing. It's not
Okay.
super long.
I'll take a pause and I'll see if you want to keep going or talk about it.
Okay.
Okie dokie. So, welcome to the magical world of Tress in the Emerald Sea, a land where the oceans are made of spores and will grow into dangerous vines the moment they touch moisture, including moisture found in your eyes, mouth, sweat, etc. Tress has lived her whole life on the Rock, a tiny island in the Emerald Sea, and has a happy life washing windows, collecting cups, and being with her family. She has a special friendship with the Duke's son, Charlie, who pretends to be a landscaper and not a Duke's son, where she visits Charlie and shows him her new cups, and he makes up stories about where the cups come from. One day, things get a little too spicy between Tress and Charlie, and they, very briefly, hold hands. Charlie's dad, the Duke, who's always scowling, sees this, and the next day, he announces that he and Charlie are going on a father-son bonding trip to go meet all of the eligible princesses for Charlie to marry. Tress is devastated, and so is Charlie, and as Charlie is about to board the ship to leave, he meets Tress in the crowd and promises to fend off all the princesses with boring stories so they won't want to marry him. He promises to send her a cup from each of the places he visits, each of the places he must visit, along with a letter. Charlie keeps his promise, and Tress is delighted to receive cup after cup and letters detailing how he warded off each princess. However, one day, the cups stop coming. The Duke sails back and announces that it's time to celebrate the heir and his betrothed. However, when he presents the heir, it's not Charlie. It turns out the king has done a little switcheroo with his brick-headed nephew and has left Charlie out to dry. Tress overhears the crew members talking and discovers that the Duke gave Charlie to the sorceress, the evil witch who rules from the Midnight Sea. The sorceress is demanding a ransom for anyone who wants Charlie back. Okay, 1, did I get those details right? And 2, that could be a place we pause.
Okay. Yeah, all of those details sounded right to me. I think we're not on the ship yet, right?
Mm-mm. She just found out that Charlie's missing.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's a good place to pause.
All right. Part 1.
Okay. My first comment was, oh God, Tress is Camilla. Like Princess Diana. Like Princess Diana and Prince Charles. You don't know that?
What do you mean?
Do you know Princess Diana?
Yes.
May she rest in peace.
Yes.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Prince Charles was in love with Camilla.
Okay.
But the queen was like, you need someone of better stature.
Oh, I see.
So then he picks out Princess Diana and he says, you'll do. You get married. Marry me. Then they got married, and Princess Diana lived a life of horror trying to get her husband to love her. All the while, his husband was having an affair with his true love of his life, Camilla.
No.
I know.
That's
That's
so
where I was
sad.
worried that this was going.
Oh, no, this book's too happy. That's not happening here. Charlie's very faithful. He warded off all the princesses.
Yes. My second comment was that I really liked how Sanderson, I feel like, writes healthy, at least healthier, romantic
Yeah.
relationships.
I know. So wholesome. So that's what I was saying. I was like, I could read this to baby Baker. I'd have no issues. You know?
Yeah, I think it goes to the point where it's like if you have a good and interesting story, you don't need the drama.
Know what book I'm thinking of?
Court of Thorn and Roses.
Yes.
That's what I was thinking of too.
Oh my gosh. The spice gets overwhelming. You can't taste the flavor of the rest of the book.
Mm-hmm.
Sanderson, very tasteful spice.
Yes.
And it's just so cute. Like this is a very like quirky book. Like the way he introduces everything. I forget exactly how he said it, but it was like Tress and Charlie were talking. She was like, "Oh, I always, feel a certain way when I'm with Charlie." And she's like, "I really don't come here for the cups or the stories. I actually come here for gloves." And then he has, which is just so funny. But then she had this whole analogy about like how Charlie fits like a glove. Like they're just such a
Yes.
good pair together. And like it is about love, but the way he
Yes.
introduced it, so sweet.
He uses that like surprise humor, similar.
He does.
That line reminded me of Frozen, where they're like, we finish each
Hmm.
other's sandwiches,
Yeah.
and it gives you like that surprise humor.
He has a lot of that. And it gets me every
Yeah.
time. I think it's so funny.
I think it's very funny too. The tone of the book is very fun and silly, but still a good story.
Hmm.
So I had a question for you. In Elantris, we had a female protagonist and Serene. And for those who didn't join us on that journey, you should. But one of our big complaints with Serene is that she showed up and she was just like good at everything, perfect at everything.
Yes. Uh-huh.
Strangely, also self conscious, which I was like, how could that be possible? But whatever.
We can't relate, I guess.
Yeah, yeah, it's hard being good at everything. Okay. So you have Serene, that's his first female that he's written, and now we have Tress. This is one of the latest female protagonists that he's written. Tress does not think that she doesn't know everything. She actually knows probably nothing.
Yeah.
And you're watching her journey. Like, what do you kind of think between the two of them?
Well, I was thinking about that because I remember when we read Elantris, you said that Brandon Sanderson loves writing a strong female character.
Hmm.
And I was like, I think Tress is a strong female character. She's awesome. I think she's really quirky. She's just really likable because she's just being herself, washing her windows, making food with the moldy ingredients she has to buy from the market, but she makes it good anyway. And I feel like she kind of does turn out like things tend kind of work for her miraculously. And she does kind of end up being good at all the things she tries, it seems like. But she also like gets help from people. You know, like
Yeah.
it feels more relatable where I'm like, it never took me out of the story of like, oh my gosh, Tress, so annoying. Or she's so crazy, you know?
She's kind of falling upward where it's like she's doing all of these things on accident, but from like the outside looking in, it looks like she's a master manipulator.
Yes. Like handsome Squidward falling.
Whereas Serene really was like the master manipulator.
Yes. Yeah.
So do you like one archetype better than the other? Do you think Elantris would have been benefited if Serene had started off less amazing and then got more amazing? Or what do you think?
Well, because I remember that being a big sticking point for us that we didn't like. I don't think it was necessary that she was so perfect from the beginning, right?
Yeah.
It seemed like it would have been better if she did have more of a character arc. So I think I definitely prefer the Tress option. And just from an enjoyable reading standpoint, well, I think there's a lot of things that make this book so enjoyable. Where I enjoyed Elantris too, but this one, easier read. So I might be conflating the two also, where I'm like, just everything about this book, so nice.
Well, so to give Elantris a little bit of a pass. So that was the first book, obviously, and Sanderson really wanted it to be like a full immersion.
Mm,
So you don't have names like Charlie.
right. I know for being so otherworldly, this is remarkably like our world.
Yeah, you don't have names like Charlie. You have names like Glorf, which is Tress's real name,
Oh, that's right.
which I was like, what does that mean? Why Glorf?
He doesn't have a whole secret language in this one.
I know, but like, why would they name her Glorf and then they're like, they call you Tress over your hair? I don't know. It was just strange. I feel like it's going to come up again.
Probably. No one else has a weird name that we've met. A
No.
little bit. Hoid.
Hoid. But Hoid was first referenced in Elantris. And so,
Sounded familiar.
yeah. So Hoid, as just like a little behind the curtains, he's basically like a recurring player in every single one of any of Sanderson's Cosmere books.
Oh, interesting. Does he have the same
Yes.
role basically in all of them?
It depends. Sometimes he's just like passing by. Sometimes he's a key player. In this book, he's the narrator.
Yes. And we meet
Mhm.
him later.
And we meet him. Yeah.
Oh, interesting. Okay. I had a theory that Hoyd, okay, so I had a theory that this whole book was written for his wife during COVID, like just as like a gift, love letter to her kind of thing. And she's Tress and
Mhm.
he's Charlie. But then we met Hoyd and I was like, maybe Charlie turned into Hoyd and that's all Sanderson. Mm-hmm. But I don't
Oh.
know. Now that Hoyd is just a feature of all of his books, that might not be the case.
I wouldn't throw anything off the table
Okay.
because I don't know the answer, but we haven't really gotten a ton of magic yet. And you can see that Brant Sanderson is starting to like layer it in. By the time I'm at part 4, by the time you get to part 4, it's like starting to build up.
Okay.
But what I like how he does it with this book is that he starts where you said basically the only thing weird is the spore seed. That's the only thing you have to learn. Like you only have to learn one thing at a time
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And it's all
versus
explained pretty
and it's all
clearly.
explained. Yes. Versus Elantris, you had to learn everything all at once.
Yeah, and none of it is explained.
Do you think it's strange that Tress never tried to get off the island?
I don't think so. Because it didn't seem like she had that, spirit of adventure in her. Like she liked her life how it was. Why would she change it? And then also, it doesn't seem like so their island, there's a lot of ships that come in and out, like for trading and like whatever. So I guess she sees people coming and leaving the island. And I guess she does mention that there's nothing to do on the rock. Like no one wants to come and stay there. But I don't know if a lot of people leave either. Like the people who are from there.
No one's
Does she
allowed to
say?
leave.
Oh, well then no, I'm not surprised at all that she doesn't leave.
Well, you see, that would make me want to leave more if they were like, because if you're like a politician, you can come back and forth.
Okay.
But if you were like born on the rock, you have to stay on the rock because they can get like special materials or something. And nobody wants to live there. So they're basically imprisoned.
Oh, so they have to stay there so that they can get the special materials for everybody else.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
And then
Oh, mm-hmm.
they can't produce any of their own food because that place is like uninhabitable. So the ships come in to bring them food, but then basically all of their wages get sent to buy this food that they have to pay for. You know what I'm saying?
I see. Okay. Okay, I didn't pick up on all that.
Yeah. What do you think now?
It seems like Tress doesn't know enough about how the whole world works to be
Hmm.
upset with that situation.
Yeah.
That's my read of it. Of she's just like, oh, this is just how it is. Because I think the
Hmm.
way you just explained it, it's like, oh my gosh, that's so unfair. But like if you don't really, I don't know if she knows about all the, behind the scenes reasons and stuff and what's going on.
Hmm.
So if it's like this is just how life is, I could see her just accepting and being like happy here.
Hmm.
Like she doesn't have the like rebellious challenge the status quo kind of streak, which makes me not surprised that she stayed. That's my thought.
Yeah. I feel like Serene was like me. If Serene was on this
Mm.
island, she would have whipped these whole people into shape and she would have
Yeah, she
commandeered
become
the
the
ship.
queen.
Become the queen. I feel like that's
Ah.
me. I feel like this book could be called Tressy. I feel like
I
Tress is you.
love Tress.
Yeah. Super nice, super content, but like if she needs to be a baddie,
Not gonna happen.
she could do it. She could do it. Maybe
Oh,
she's
okay, yeah.
falling up.
Mm-hmm.
When push comes to shove, yeah, she can do it.
Yeah. Okay, that's true. But yeah, if she doesn't need to, not gonna.
She's happy collecting her antique cups.
I would be too. So are you surprised that she doesn't leave?
I think there's something to be said about just being like, well, this is the way it is. This is, it sounds like whoever the government is, they do a good job on keeping these people's worlds very small,
Mm-hmm.
probably keeping them very uneducated,
Yeah.
probably very scared to leave.
Yeah. And it is because the spores are like poison. I didn't
Yeah.
really emphasize that, but Tress is always worried that she's going to suddenly die from the spores because honestly, it's pretty easy to do.
It's like
So
the
you don't
floor
want
is
to sail.
lava.
Yeah. Literally, but it can fly in the wind.
Honestly, if this is the book about Tressie, that's the Peanut Sea.
Nuts.
There's allergens everywhere.
I relate to her on so many levels. Honestly, it's true.
They even describe her hair. She's called Tress because she has this crazy curly hair.
Yeah, just like tame it every day.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
I can keep peppering you with questions, but I don't want to.
I don't really have a lot of questions. I have a lot of lines that I highlighted just because I love
Yeah,
them so
pull them
much.
out.
But well, okay, so she has one about love. So this is after she said that Charlie was like a good set of gloves. And then she says, the thing growing between them felt so good, so wonderful, that Tress was frightened to call it love. From the way other youths talked, love was dangerous. Their love seemed to be about jealousy and insecurity. It was about passionate shouting matches and more passionate reconciliations. It was less like a good pair of gloves and more like a hot coal that would burn your hands. Love had always frightened Tress. But when Charlie put his hand on hers again, she felt heat. The fire she'd always feared. The coal was in there after all, just contained, like in a good stove. She wanted to leap into this heat, all logic discarded. Isn't that amazing?
Mm-hmm.
I love that. Because it's so
Yes.
wholesome, but also like that hits on key parts about
Yes.
love and also shows like the unhealthy view of love too.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, you got it, Brandon. Sandy.
I agree. There was definitely like, oh, I had a red flag or deal breaker.
Ooh, what is it?
Oh God. Okay. So Sanderson is explaining how Charlie's scaring off each of the suitors.
Mm-hmm.
And they start escalating. And so in this scenario, let's see. So he was with the person he was courting, and he said that he made a list of all the sounds his stomach made when he laid at various positions at night. And then, if that hadn't been quite enough, he then explained how he kept his toenail clippings and gave them names. That
Oh
had
my
done it.
gosh. All of his stories. I was like, where did you come up with this?
Red flag or deal breaker? They cut
Definitely
their
deal
toenails.
breaker. Oh my gosh. All those were crazy. I thought what you're gonna say though is the one where this is his tactic. He tells all these awful, like horrendous stories or just bores them to death. But then one princess was deaf, and they said he can't get around this one. But then he comes and he throws up on her lap. Oh my God.
Oh my God.
If you were Tress, would it be a a green flag or deal breaker for you, knowing the love of your life would go to these lengths?
Honestly, I would be like disgusted. I'd be like, I can't. Like the too far for me. But Tress eats it up.
I know.
What would you do?
Those seem a little extreme. But also, I'm like, well, what other choice does he have? He is getting forced into this whole marriage thing, and I don't want him to get married. So if that's what it takes,
That'd be one
Guess
of
that's
those
what it
things.
takes.
That'd be one of those things where I'll be like, we'll see how this goes. If he doesn't come back, I might be less sad than I thought
Yeah.
I was.
Maybe this will be good for both of us.
They find a comatose princess for him to be married
Oh
to.
my gosh.
Oh my God.
That's so funny. He did have a line, because one thing we haven't noted yet is that this book is kind of based off of The Princess Bride.
Oh, yes.
Mm-hmm. And which we can talk more about that, like who are all the characters mapping up to? Because I don't know if it's all one for one, but I don't know. But as Charlie is getting dragged away to go on the ship to meet all of his suitors, he says, "Always, Tress, remember?" It's like, she'll always be his glove. And
Yeah.
that reminded me of the line, "As you wish." So I think it's going to come back. But
Yes.
it also, okay, one last thing. It also reminded me of a line from The Fault in Our Stars where they said, "Maybe okay can be our forever or can be our always." I think that's what it was.
I hated that book. Oh my God.
I think we should
I
read
can't.
it.
Should we publish the unaired episodes?
No, I think we should reread it.
I can't endure that book one more time. I barely got through it the first time. And I know Chrissy didn't like my opinions the first time, but if we read it again, you're going to be disappointed. 2 years later, same opinions.
Only one way to know.
Only one way to know. Oof. Yeah, so I guess in this circumstance, this book, Tress is what was his name? Wesley?
Who? Oh, Wesley.
The Princess Bride?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she would be Wesley.
Mm-hmm.
And then Charlie would be Princess Buttercup.
Yes. Okay.
Maybe that's why he's always giving her cups.
Oh, that could be. That's kind of cute. Did Princess Buttercup pretend to not be the princess? I'm forgetting.
So, okay, so how the Princess Bride goes, how I believe it went, is that she was just like the farm person's daughter, but she was also incredibly beautiful with gorgeous hair. And
Yes.
Wesley was the stable boy. And
Yeah.
then the king goes around looking who's going to be his new queen. And he sees Buttercup and he's like, you're
You.
it.
Okay. So she wasn't princess at all until she got chosen.
Yeah. And
okay. That sounds right.
then Wesley went on his mission to get her back. And so then he becomes, or maybe she's like, I'm going to marry Wesley. And then King's like, I'm going to kill Wesley. But Wesley wasn't killed. He actually becomes the pirate Dread Robinson.
Yeah.
And then he steals her away.
Okay.
So.
Okay. So we'll see how closely this matches.
We'll see how closely. Okay. So that's all I had for that part. I think if you want to finish up.
Let's do it. Okay. So where we left off is Charlie's with the sorceress and is demanding a ransom for anyone who wants Charlie back. I forget how much we know about the sorceress at this point, but
not
very
a lot.
bad, very evil. Okay. Yeah, we'll learn more. All right. Tress, determined to save Charlie, begins hatching a plan to save him. She decides she'll try to visit the king and explain the situation to him and ask for him to pay the ransom for Charlie. But first, she must get off the island for the first time in her life. Together with her parents and with the help from her dad's friends, who owed him a big favor, they smuggle Tress on board a ship by pretending she's the inspector. All goes well until Tress discovers that she's on a smuggler's ship. The captain poisons her drink to knock her out and then puts her in a cage below deck. There, she meets a talking rat named Huck, and he fills her in on the ship that she just boarded. While imprisoned, cannons start hitting the ship. Tress convinces the crew to let her out because the ship, which they think is a royal ship, wouldn't fire at them if they knew a noble person like the inspector was on board. Apparently, this has no effect on the attacking ship, and they keep firing cannonballs anyway. The ship starts sinking, and Tress and Huck decide the only way forward is to walk across the Spore Sea to the other ship. The spores stop moving for a brief moment, and in that time, Tress and Huck walk bravely forward and climb up the ship. They are left hanging on the side for 15 minutes before one of the crew members pulls them up. Once on board, Tress realizes that this isn't the king's ship at all, but a pirate ship. The captain sees Tress and tells the crew to toss her overboard because she's so small and won't be of any help. Tress decides to remedy the situation and change the captain's mind and spends all night scrubbing the deck until she collapses and falls asleep on the floor. End of part 2.
Mm-hmm.
What'd you think? Lots of twists?
It's definitely picking up. It's picking
Mhm.
up. And like you're seeing it come together, but honestly, not a lot has happened yet. I feel like part 3 and part 4, it's like, okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I was still super into it.
I was definitely super into it. I liked how we're seeing Tress doesn't know a lot, but she's able to very quickly piece together her situations and come up with solutions. Even if like
she's so crafty.
Yeah. Yeah, she seems very scrappy to me, which I like.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, I really like her. This is the part though where I'm like, wow, how did she manage to do all these things? It all worked out. Although I will say one of the things, and I love this line, was Tress decides that she needs to like put together this plan, and then it says she is gonna have to save Charlie herself. First, though, Tress went to talk to her parents, something more people in stories such as this should do. And Sanderson has a lot of lines like that where it's just like normally people just jump to conclusions, but Tress was very wise and she slept on it.
Yes. There's definitely like a lot of like Sanderson like asides, and I even wrote this feels like story time with Sandy.
Yeah, I love it.
He says, Tress talking to her mom, everything is extraordinary about you, Tress, her mother said. That's why nothing in particular stands out.
Yeah.
Well, parents have to say things like that. They're required to see the best in their children. Otherwise, living with the little sociopaths would drive a person mad.
That's so funny. There is another line. So Tress tells her parents about this whole plan, and they're like, and they're such great parents. They're like, you know what? Tress never wants to do anything like this. Like, I think she needs to do it. Like, this must really mean something to her. And so then her parents are like committed to helping her. And then her father, he gets all of his guy friends who owe him a favor, and he draws them in. But it says after Tress went upstairs, Lem's about to go see all of his friends. The dad, it says Lem retrieved his cane, put on his coat, and went out to do some advanced fathering.
Aw, I thought that was so sweet.
It was super sweet. But I could just see Sanderson describing his parenting like that. He's like, I gotta go do some advanced fathering right now. Diaper has exploded.
Yeah, PhD level.
Got in a fight at school.
Yeah.
Requires advanced fathering.
Yeah. They talk about the inspector who comes onto the island and whips them all into shape. And she tells everyone to simply call her Inspector because she wouldn't be remaining on the rock long enough for names to matter.
Mm-hmm.
And so Tress has this line, and she's saying that she couldn't remember an inspector had been more strict. The woman is always watching, swinging the rod she carried, searching for any excuse to deliver a punishment. She seemed too stern to be fully human, as if instead of being born, she'd been spawned, and instead of growing up, she'd metastasized.
Oh my gosh.
And I was like, that's how you write a Marble Maw villain.
Yes. Killer insults.
Yes.
Just like perfect descriptions. So good. I know. I forget. Oh, no, this was another character. But there's another description he had of a character where I was like, oh my gosh, that's incredible. But yes, the inspector, great villain. I was shocked that Tress was the inspector. That he got me there. because the setup is
Oh, yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, the setup is that sometimes there's stowaways who try to like get on board ships and they hide in like barrels or whatever, but the inspector will always like slash the barrels, or like she has a little like stethoscope to look for the heartbeat. She says she can hear it through all of the corn or whatever.
Oh my
Anyways,
God.
and so they had this whole setup where there's like all these barrels, the inspector's going through them, and then she tips one of the barrels over, and out comes this person. And you're like, oh no, Tress was found out. So then Tress gets like, thrown away or whatever. But then the inspector goes on board and says like, I need to report this to the king or something. And then as they sail away, you find out Tress was the inspector. I said, whoa, that got me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I like that too.
Mm-hmm.
I like that too a lot.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, I was gonna say the character description of the guy on the ship. But did you have anything else before the ship?
Nope. This is on the ship.
Okay.
Oh, you know what? I had one question for you.
Ooh, okay.
So, two actually. So, Tress's parents, when they were so worried about what to do, one of them started eating a lot, and one of them couldn't eat a thing.
Yes. That was funny.
Which one are you?
Oh. I feel like I probably more the eating a lot, I think. Although I feel like that's changed a little bit, but maybe because I have Invisalign. This Invisalign thing is
Oh.
really a hindrance to all my snacking. It really has impacted things. But I think in general, if I'm bored, I'm like, I should eat something. If I'm sad, I'm like, I think food will fix it.
Yeah.
I'm stressed.
I
I'm like,
need
that's the
energy.
solution. Yes.
Yeah. I think I am an eater at all times.
Mhm.
Stress, any of the thing, like you just said. But once I stop eating, that's when it's hit like critical mass. Like this is not good. Like if I don't have an appetite anymore, I'm like near a hospital.
Yes. Start giving you your last rites.
Like, yeah, this is not good. Like I need to be on watch. Okay, so that was one question. The second question is, I thought it was nice that her parents were supportive. But do you
Mhm.
really think they should be supportive of this ridiculous plan?
I know, it is so ridiculous. I mean, yeah, it's so crazy. Tress has never left the island ever. We
None of them have.
established none of them have. She's been washing windows her whole life. She's never been on a ship before. And now she's decided to, oh, I guess she hasn't decided to see the sorceress. She wants to see the king to ask for ransom,
Yeah.
which is safer. But she's so ill-equipped for this task. Like, I know. But they're like, well, you know what? Trust never imposes on anyone. And so the fact that she wants to do this must mean it's her life's destiny.
She wants to throw her life away. Why not?
I know. Let's do it. I know it is kind of crazy. But in this fantasy world where it's all like whimsical and like kind of kooky things happen, I also like I didn't question that at all. I was like, yeah, sounds right.
I would agree with that. With the tone of the book, it feels, yep, makes sense. Kind of like
Mm-hmm.
I think Lemony Snicket did such a good job with that.
Oh, yeah.
With just like, yeah, crazy things happen. Why not?
Yeah. The world we're
Every-
in.
Yeah, everything Tress does works out. Sure.
Yeah. Yeah. But in another book, I would have been like, what the heck? This is crazy.
This is crazy. Yeah. But I agree with the spirit and the tone of this book,
Mhm.
very fitting.
Also, it's like her parents really care about her too.
Yeah.
And I think that's the difference. They weren't like we kind of get to know the parents in those brief sentences to where we're like, okay, they really love Tress. They really want to make the best decision for her. It would be different if we knew nothing about them and they're like, yeah, you should totally go on a ship and go into the peanut sea. You'll do
Yeah.
great out there.
Mom would never let you into the peanut sea.
No.
She'd hit her red
She'd start
button and you'd
sucking it up. Get her vacuum. These spores gotta go.
Yes. Okay. What were you gonna? Who were you gonna
on the
describe?
ship. Honestly, I forget who it was, but it was someone on the smuggler ship she ends up on. And all I highlighted was imagine him as the answer to the question, what if that gunk from your shower drain were to come to life?
Oh my God. Okay.
Did
Okay.
you highlight that?
I highlighted that for a different reason.
Does that come up in another book?
No. But do you
Oh
remember
no, do you have a
when?
story?
Yeah. Do
Oh
you remember when
no.
my shower was clogged?
No. Well, I think I do. Is it
My
hair?
shower was clogged, and I was like, what could this be? And so I ripped off my shower drain,
Oh
got a
no.
glove. It was like the size of a skunk.
Oh my God. Of hair?
Yeah, I
Oh,
like birthed it out. It was disgusting.
awful.
It was so
No.
bad. And I was like, I wanted to throw up. And it's like, it wasn't even my hair. It was like maybe half my hair.
Oh,
But it was also
did you
like
have
the
roommates?
previous, no, like the previous owner's
Oh,
hair.
oh, that's awful.
It's disgusting.
That's, so gross.
So I'm imagining that thing come to life.
I
Foul. Foul, foul, foul.
hate that.
Oh my God.
Oh my gosh. I'm in a similar position where our shower is not draining as well as it used to.
Hmm.
I'm like, we move out in a month.
I
So,
would I would call your
yeah,
maintenance people just
mhm.
because what happens if you don't call the maintenance people, then they say this,
It was
this,
your
this, this,
fault.
this. Yeah.
I know, that's true.
Just
I
have
think
them
that
do
they're really
that.
great maintenance people. I know. Poor maintenance people.
I know. Get them a Chick-fil-A gift
Okay.
card.
I know.
I
I'm
used to
sorry
do
for what you're
that.
about to find.
Well, I used to do that. I'd give them like a Christmas present.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. So that when it came time for me to move and there was holes on my wall, I'm like, "Aw, unit 2407, you're nice people."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't see it past my Chick-fil-A gift card.
Well, like, we'll patch that for you. Don't worry. And you're like,
Yeah.
"Aw, thanks." There was another thing. So we find out that silver repels spores.
Oh, yes. Uh-huh. And salt. We learned that in the beginning too.
Oh, salt too.
Salt
I
kind of
forgot that.
helps something, but they always drink like salt water.
Okay.
So that's part of it. But yeah, silver is the other thing. So the ships are like covered in silver, basically.
Yeah. And that made me think of my copper IUD and sperm.
I guess you're right. Same thing.
Yeah, same.
This whole book is about avoiding pregnancy. My life is over.
Oh my God. Did you think that when the rat was introduced that it would be like Ratatouille and he'd jump on her head? And
I had no
director.
idea what I thought. Director. Yeah, start marionette directing her.
That's what I thought. He was gonna like live in her hair and like
She does have great hair for that.
yeah, she
Literal rat.
literally has a rat's nest already.
I wonder if it'll go there. It might, because he's just been hanging out on her shoulder. I'm like, how does no one question this?
I know. Could you imagine? Oh, you have a disgusting rat on your shoulder.
Oh, because and he talks. And so basically, we hear his life story of like, oh, they wanted to sell me to the circus, but I escaped to this boat or whatever. So, like, talking rats aren't normal. No
No,
one knows why he can talk.
no.
They shouldn't be on your shoulder. Why does no one have questions?
I agree.
Don't know.
Okay. One other thing that I pulled out was there's somewhere where Tress is grabbing all of her cups. And there's like one particular one that's like really special. and I wrote something like Cinderella's slipper. Like she's
There-
going to use this cup.
There's a pewter one that she said could be a weapon. And there's one that had like a bird on it. I remember her saying that it was weird at first, but now she really likes it.
Okay,
Is
so
that
I
the one
found
you're
the
thinking
line.
of? Okay, good.
Yeah, so this is the line. The only things Tress had brought were small clothing and a bag of cups. Her favorite among them was the fourth cup Charlie had sent, the one with the butterfly on it. Something about the simple design struck her.
Will the
And I was
butterfly
like,
lead her to the sorceress?
interesting. I wasn't thinking that. I was thinking like maybe like Charlie loses his memory or something and she shows him this cup and it like
Oh,
something like
triggers it all
Cinderella's
back.
slipper. Yeah, something like he has a
Oh.
pair of cups, matching cups,
Oh.
and she
You put
has
them
the matching
together.
one. Yes, something
Yeah.
like that.
Oh, that would be so wild. He goes to the sorceress and he's in prison for months. And he's like, but I still have my cup. Hasn't broken yet.
She lets me drink from it.
Yeah.
I had to drink from it like a little dog, but she lets me do it.
Okay, I thought if anything was crazy in this book, it was the fact that Tress brought like 20 breakable cups with her on this mission and nothing else.
I mean,
I was
literally,
like, what are
that's
you gonna
how
do with these?
she brought clothes and a pack of cups,
Breakable cups.
breakable cups. Like, girl, you crazy.
Not a kitchen knife.
No,
Nothing.
nothing. But we find out in the second section,
Cup came in handy.
cups came in handy, and I can't wait to tell you about the second part because it ties into some of the other Cosmere, which I'm really excited
He's
to
mentioned
share.
some names where I'm like, I'm thinking this is a reference, but I don't get it.
Yeah, I mean, there's probably some that I haven't picked up on, and I wouldn't know if I missed them or not, but I've definitely picked up a few
Yeah.
that I can highlight for sure. Um, I really liked how Captain Crow, who is the captain of the pirate ship,
Mm-hmm.
is a lady.
Mm-hmm. A lot of strong female characters in here.
Yeah. Yeah. It's definitely like female forward. And historically, I've always said whenever Sanderson writes like a female, I feel like he tries really hard, but it never lands.
Mm-hmm.
I, after reading this book, I think I would disagree with that. I think this is the best female characterization that he's ever done.
I really like all of it because he has a variety too. Like the inspector was a woman, Captain Crow, Tress, the mom, and there's
Yeah.
like other crew members too. And like they're all different. They're all unique. Got their own personality, got their own flaws and strong points. I think it's great.
I think historically, Sanderson's done a lot of like pick me girls.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not like the other girls because I'm super strong and I'm super smart and I'm good at everything. And it's almost like
Yeah.
if you're too flattering,
Yeah.
then it's people almost have no depth.
Yeah.
They're just like
Mm-hmm.
Serene. You're okay. You're good at everything. Great. You're insecure
Mm-hmm.
because you're so tall and thin and beautiful.
I
Like,
know.
okay, give me a break.
Yes. Do you know if other people had issues with that?
With Serene,
Yeah. Have you seen that anywhere on
I know a lot of people really like Serene, but
really?
I don't think they read it as carefully as we did. So
Yeah,
I
they
can't really
missed
trust
it
their
all.
opinion.
I think so. We should listen to that other Elantris podcast that was like 30 episodes. See what they had to say about Serene.
Honestly, I think we could.
I might just look for the ones that mention Serene when she comes up or something. That's a
Yeah,
lot of episodes.
I know. I'm asking everyone to do it for us, but I don't know if I'm willing to do it.
I know.
All right. Let's see. Anything else? Any other comments?
I had two lines that I realized I hadn't mentioned yet. One was actually
Ooh,
from the
yeah.
beginning, and one was from this new part.
Okay.
So the one from the beginning, I think the nephew that he replaces Charlie with is, oh, his name's Dirk. It's not brick, but it's
Oh, I thought you just
basically
meant he was
like
a
brick.
dummy. I was like, yeah, he is a brick.
Well, I did call him like I forget what I called him in my summary, but his real name is Dirk. Which okay,
Mm,
but anyways, but what I wanted to point out was that do you remember his betrothed's name?
no.
It's he says we shall now celebrate Dirk's marriage to the Princess of Dormancy,
Uh,
which means sleep.
oh
So
my
I think they're
God.
just a blah, do nothing couple because it says that Dirk would like do whatever the Duke says. Like that's why he chose him, kind of thing. I thought that
Oh,
was so funny.
interesting.
hmm So maybe Dirk will come back and like try to pop off Charlie again if Tress saves him.
They sound like they might be robot,
Oh,
if ever
yes.
robot.
Brock, Dirk.
Yeah.
Things that sound vaguely like brick and rock also remind
Yes.
me of robots. Okay, the other line I had was again, I really don't remember what this was about. I think maybe Huck, the rat, was saying this. I don't remember, but I just highlighted it and it said, more twisted than a librarian's love life. Trust me, they're a strange bunch. I was like, where did this come from? Like, what does Sanderson know that I don't?
He probably know, like, honestly, I think the biggest freaks out there are people that read a lot.
Oh no. Wasn't that Ron Swanson's like ex-lover? Wasn't
Tammy,
she yeah, Tammy, wasn't she a
yeah,
librarian?
she did work at the library and everyone hated the library. It was the worst, like, servants of them all.
I wonder if he's referencing Tammy.
Could be.
We should add that to our email.
Okay, one last thing that I wanted to highlight, and I'm surprised you
Okay.
didn't mention it already. It's a small detail
I don't
akin
know.
to our Lantris days.
I don't know. Maybe I'll remember when you say it.
Now, maybe it's because you're on an ebook. I don't know. But when you have a
Oh, the
chapter, does it
picture?
look like this?
Oh. Wow. Yes.
And
No,
and by this, every chapter there is the chapter and has a circle. And every chapter, this little leaf is growing, growing, growing.
I didn't even put that together. I did notice the little artwork. I do have it on my Kindle. But
Every chapter it gets a little bigger.
wow, I did not put that together.
Yeah. So once
That's
we're
cool.
done reading all of it, I think I'm gonna do like pictures of each one and then make a video of it and see what
Oh,
it looks
that's
like
cool.
growing. Yeah.
Wow. How
hmm
innovative.
I know. I'm a genius. All right. Anything else?
No, I think that's a good intro.
Yeah. I think this was good. I'm glad we did the author recap on this
Yeah.
episode because this was a small piece. The next portion, it hits the fan. Things be happening.
I know, really. It's good.
Yeah.
I'm
So we're
excited.
gonna do parts 3 through 4, and then the
hmm
last section will be 5 and 6.
hmm Sounds good to
And
me.
maybe our brother Sam will join us.
Yeah, he's read this book already.
Yeah. So hope so. It's always
Yeah.
fun when Sam joins.
hmm I agree. All right.
All right. That's it. 2 hours. I think
I know.
we're back, baby.
I know. We could never have read 100 pages for Elantris in one episode.
No, we were like, we'll do this in 6 episodes, 100 each time. And
Oh,
it just
yeah,
started
that
getting
was our.
smaller and smaller and
Yeah.
smaller.
I forgot about that. Oh my
One
gosh.
time we did like 3 pages.
Yes.
A lot happened.
That's so crazy. That's so wild.
I
Man,
know.
I wonder how we'd do it if we did it again. I don't think we could do 30 episodes again. But there is a lot that happens.
There's a lot that happens, and like I've been saying since the very beginning, every time I see someone who recaps like Elantris, it takes them at least 20 episodes. So I don't think we did it wrong. Way. I think it's the only. I just think there's a lot that happens.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So that's good. If you guys have made it this long, please rate, review, subscribe, give us a 5-star. Please, please, please tell a friend. Do all the things.
Send us an email, bookalicious.pod@gmail.com.
Yeah, we'd love to hear from you. Fill out a survey. What should our survey question be?
Oh. We could ask red flag or deal breaker. They throw up in their patrons.
If they name their toenails.
Yeah.
I think that was a good one.
Okay, I'll do that one.
Let us know about your red flag or deal breaker. And if you're only a red flag, please email in because I have more questions for you.
We need an explanation.
If this isn't a slam dunk survey question, I'm worried.
We're quitting.
We're never doing another poll. Okay.
Well, this was fun.
Yeah.
Love you.
Love you.
Bye.
Bye.